If you're a Latino student in East San Jose, going to Latino College Prep Academy, I promise you, you are the product of a survival story. If I gave the microphone to each one of you and said, tell us what your dad had to do to get you to be able to go to school here. Tell us what your mom had to overcome to get you to even be able to go to school here. We'd all start bawling. We'd all start crying because we realize that each and every one of your parents has suffered and gone through a lot just to get you to even be here. So if you don't like that word, ghetto, replace it for survival. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're from the ghetto, you get to. If you're from the ghetto, you get to know what time it is in the classroom and in the hood. If you're from the ghetto, you get to be street smart and book smart. If you're from the ghetto, you get to be proud of your education and of your cultura. So if you have a little ghetto and you can make some noise, a little ghetto and you say me? Okay. All right. So here's the ultimate test. For those of you who aren't feeling this, I can tell a few of you aren't feeling this. For those of you who aren't feeling this, here's the ultimate test. If you think you might have a little ghetto inside of you. When you run out of shampoo, do you throw the bottle away? No, you pour the water inside. Shake it, put it on your head, right? Everybody does that. Even the teachers are like, we do that too. That's actually not being ghetto, that's being thrifty. There's ghetto and there's thrifty, and that's definitely thrifty. For those of you with a little bit of money, you guys fill that bottle up the whole way one time. Shake it, pour it on your head, and collecting away. That's being waster, dude. Not us, Latinos and black kids. We fill it up a third of the way, huh? Because that soapy water, that's like 3 shampoos in one right there. You fill it up a third of the way, shake it, put some on your head, then you put that thing back. Then the next day you go in there, you get the shampoo bottle, you open it, squeeze it on your head. That soapy water's cold. The water's cold. Okay, only the really ghetto people are laughing now, dude. Then finally the last day, go in there, you get the shampoo bottle, you open it, squeeze it on your head, nothing comes out, you're like, shoot, what do I do now? Like the good ghetto person that you are, you wrap a towel around your waist, go to the kitchen and get Palmolive dishwashing like your baby. Heck yeah! Half of your face is going like this. You crossed the line on that one, mister. You kind of had me for a second there, mister, but you lost me on that one there, mister. Suave is 99 cents, mister. Don't they have a 99 cent store about where you live, mister? Clap if you like the 99 cent store. Don't laugh. The Dollar Tree, the Family Dollar. I love the 99 cent store. I just don't like being caught there, you know what I'm saying? You see your friends, you're like, oh, hide for. They're gonna think we're broke, Doc. They're gonna think we're broke. They saw me? Did they see me? We're just here for milk, eggs, and batteries. That's it, too. For food, we go to Food for Less. We go to Fiesta Foods. What's the ghetto supermarket around here? La Pulga. I'm not talking from Salinas. Do they have a Pulga where you say something there? They do. We all work there on Sundays. That's not even right, mister. That's not even right. Why do we put, have you noticed that? Why do we put batteries in freezers? Why do we do the batteries in freezers? My grandma said it stretches the life of the battery. It's extra. You put it in the freezer, they last 3 weeks extra. That doesn't work. Look at 14 of you. It doesn't. I do that at my house. I told Mom, I told her. Hey, there's a bunch of people standing in the back. If you want, there's like 12 empty seats up here. If you'd like to come sit up front. Come on to the side of Mom. Come. Well, these are the same jokes I did, ladies and gentlemen. These are the same jokes I did at UCLA's last graduation. What was beautiful to me was the audience was laughing. I'm a comedian. I do jokes for laughs. What was even more important to me, more poignant, was that after the show, there was a big long line of people that come talk to me. And the line was filled with tias, tios, primos, and cousins, grandmas and grandpas, abuelitas and abuelitos, coming up to me to say thank you. Thank you for not only celebrating our child's accomplishment by graduating from UCLA, but thank you for not letting them forget who we are, where we're from, and the obstacles we had to overcome to get them to even go to UCLA. I said, wow, there's something beautiful about embracing every piece of who we are. And that's what I'm talking about here. That's my message here today. You gotta love and embrace every piece of who you are, including the ghetto or the survivor within. See, I love being Latino. I'm proud of being Latino. But people always ask me, what's the G for? Ernie G. Is it Garcia, Gutierrez, Gonzalez? My full name is Ernesto Tomás Grinchevsky. Let's go, that one. You're Latino, stupid. I'm a Mexican, American, Puerto Rican, Russian, and French Catholic Jew. I am this country, that's right. My mom's from Mexico, born and raised in El DF, Chilanga, hasta las cachas, güey. If you know what that means, too bad. No, this means she's Mexican through all the way down to her pistol holders. Yeah. My dad's Puerto Rican, so I'm mostly Mexican. Have you ever noticed Puerto Ricans are arrogant salsa dancers? You ever notice that? Puerto Ricans, Cubans, and Dominicans dance also like, I know I look good, I know I look good. You wish you looked like me, but you don't. I know I look good. Mexicans, we like mixing salsa, but we end up mixing salsa with cumbia. We look like we're dancing the chicken dance. You clapped in your head right now. Doritos is like, I love the chicken dance. See, I grew up just north of East LA, a little area called Highland Park. And I grew up around a lot of gangsters and cholos. And here's the weird thing. Here's the weird phenomenon about being Latino and growing up around Latinos. We're proud of the neighborhoods that we grew up in, right? And we love where we're from. But we also know that we have cousins and family members and people that we don't know who are causing problems in those communities. And it's a weird dynamic because we know we need to stay away from gangsters and cholos, but we're also proud of our neighborhood, you know? Clap if you grew up in a neighborhood where, at least in your neighborhood or in surrounding neighborhood, there were gangsters and cholos doing malas too. You know what I'm saying, right? That's one thing, right? Okay. And it's weird. It's here too, because here, listen, this is an important part, important point. Every single one of you has an internal radar system that God gave you so that you know who you really are. Every one of you knows who you really are. And then you hear outside things from the outside world, people trying to put things into your head, and you're like, that's not who we are. That's not right. You gotta trust that organ. When someone says something to you and you're like, ugh, what? No. But I want each one of you to think of your favorite family member. Abuelita, abuelito, tío, tía, primo, cousin. The one who just adores you. Every one of you has someone who just adores you for no reason. Like your abuelita, ay, linda, preciosa, mi querida, ¿cómo estás, mija? And you're like, Grandma, don't be nice to me. I was mean to my mom this week, right? Every one of you has someone who adores you. Now, is that person lying on you? Is Grandma making up a story about you? No, she knows the real you, right? And when you're around her, you love it. You're like, oh, somebody knows me. So God gave you this internal radar system that trusts when people say things that fit with who you are and doesn't trust when you don't believe what people are saying. You gotta trust that. If you hear something and you're like, oh, what? No. Then trust that. But if you hear something like a teacher or a counselor says you're a stud, you're a star, you're beautiful, you're amazing, then you gotta trust that too. Now watch. I grew up in this neighborhood called Highland Park, right? Just north of East LA. There was gangsters and trolls in my neighborhood. And if you're not careful, you can let the outside world dictate who you think you are, and it makes you fear your own community. I was watching that show on the History Channel. You guys ever seen that show called Gangland on the History Channel? You guys ever seen that show? Yeah, somebody can tell. The Gangland is like a show that's about gangsters and trolls, but it's based on fact. It's not makeup, it's not fiction, it's based on court cases. And I was watching it one time, and they're all, so the most notorious of all of LA's gangs comes from the small Mexican-American community of Highland Park, where the avenues run the streets. I'm like, that's where I live. It's dangerous right here? I didn't know. Go to the store to buy milk, I can't, I might get shot. And it's a weird feeling, right? Because it's a trip, because, see, a lot of times, like if cholos and gangsters are involved in illegal activity, then yes, we need to stay away from them. But I perform at middle schools and high schools all over this country, and a lot of times these little wannabe cholos are just little dudes that didn't play football, you know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to be on a team, you know what I mean? They didn't play football or soccer, so they joined a gang, you know what I mean? They can't kick a ball and throw a ball, so they steal a ball and end up in a gang, you know what I'm saying? And it's a weird thing too, because if you listen to the news, they'll always put this negative stuff in your brain. You know, in LA, they're like some of the most notorious of LA's criminals, some of the most notorious of LA's gangsters. I'm like, notorious criminals? No, it's not. That's my cousin Nacho and his homies right there. He's not notorious for nothing, that guy. The only thing he's notorious for is not having a job and eating my mom's food all the time, man. You're gonna come over and eat, bring some tortillas and eat his food, right? When I was a kid, I wanted to be a cholo bad, dude. I did. You know what I'm saying? You guys all seen that movie Grease? Everybody's seen Grease. You guys all seen Grease? I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing trouble. Look at the girls want to go, you're the one that I want. Look at their faces. Oh my gosh, we haven't seen that one in karaoke. All right, remember the drag races in Greece? Remember when those cars raced in Greece? That was along the LA River. Now, the LA River is not really a river. It's just a bunch of cement with a stream of water in the middle of it. But between the LA River and Dodger Stadium, where the LA Dodgers play baseball, there's a body right there. The cholos around that part of town called Frog Town. That's the name of their league, Frog Town. And on the other side of the LA River, over here by General Hospital, a lot of your parents watch the soap opera General Hospital. The cholos around that part of town called Dog Town. And I was a kid, Frog Town and Dog Town didn't get along. I was like, and they never understood growing up. I'm like, we're all Latinos, why don't we get along? They said, cross the river, see what happens. I said, I'm going over there too. Dogtown just went bad. Dogtown just walk around in the neighborhood intimidating people. Dogtown fool, what's up? Woo woo! Dogtown fool, what's up? Woo woo! I was like, I hate that. You couldn't imagine what they were saying on the other side of the river? Dogtown fool! Ready? Ready? Don't make me get my red on. I was like, ay, pobrecitos. All I knew was Frog Town and Dog Town didn't get along. When I was a kid, I wanted to go watch that rumble. Because whenever they were going to go down, whoa. Look at your faces. Oh my gosh, she fights like my tío, eh? Whenever they were going to go down, whoa. It was going to be a rumble at the river. There's going to be a rumble at the river. Shut up, fool, let's go. There was something about it that you could feel it in the neighborhood, right? Something was going to go down. The kids would be running inside. They'd be turning off the lights. Your grandma would stick her head out the window. I love the word babosos. Because it sounds like you're cursing, but you're not. My grandmother would call us babosos all the time. Babosos just basically means slobbering idiot. That's all it really means. Remember when you were a little kid and your mom hit you in the head so hard, you cried, but you couldn't even breathe anymore? You remember that? Your mom would hit you, you'd be like, boom. Remember that? And there'd be saliva hanging from your mouth. Right there? The saliva would bounce and almost hit the floor and bounce like that. And your saliva, and all your little sobrinos would be going, right? If that's ever happened to you, those are called babas, right? And if that's ever happened to you, you're a baboso, right? My grandma would be like, so we'd all run inside. But back in the day, these cholos, they didn't have cars to go to the rumbos, right? They used to go on their huffy bikes. We're gonna get these fools, man. We're gonna get them, fool. We're gonna get them, man. What is that one dude? He couldn't afford a bike. He just had a skateboard and a rope. Sorry, fool! Sorry! Don't turn down the road! The dude on the handlebars, he was the policía, fool, go, dog. And when you're a cholo on the way to a rumble, you gotta be hard, right? You gotta represent. You can't stop your bike for that handbrake. I can stop my bike right there with the heel of a shoe. Where you get these fools, ¿Qué ondas, güey? I was like, yeah, when people those two little are